Greetings, Iain from RTO. Final show of the week. As I said in the Steve Hackett, don't know where this week's gone. So we've now got, we haven't done one of these for a little while. It's like a one-hit wonder, and it's sort of continuing on with some music of a guy that we've been looked at. We're talking of a band called Zierler, formed by Finn Zieler, who was the founder member of Twilight and Beyond Twilight. So this is after 2006, for the art of love and art making. Sort of Beyond Twilight sort of fizzled down. So he decided, right, let's do something else, like he does. So he formed this new band called Zieler. And in this new band, he did it with a drummer called Bobby Jaramesbeck, who has drummed for the Rob Halford solo album stuff, Fate's Warning, Arcs and Mathos, played with Sebastian Bach and Iced Earth. And then he recruited a guitarist called Per Nilsson from Scar and Symmetry and Capaya. Kelly Sundown Carpenter vocals. He's played with Beyond Twilight and a band called Episode and Outworld. Truls Hagel was a bass player from Incense and Circus Maximus. He began writing these songs in 2009, recorded some of them in 2010, but it wasn't released till 2015, and the album is called ESC, or Escape. I just think this is a musical natural evolution of Beyond Twilight, actually. Absolutely great band. So on here we've got Truls Hagel vocals, Bobby Jaramesbeck on drums, Per Nilsson guitars, and Finn Zieler. So the first track on this album is called A New Beginning. There's some of that typical dramatic keyboard opening for a progressive metal track on the first from Finn. He's a very underrated keyboard player. I mean, he started playing the accordion at the age of 6 or 7, I think, something like that. You know, he's been playing on a keyboard from a very long time, and it's a brilliant track. It's got that lovely rich guitar work. Let me get Aggrezzor. The interplay between keyboards and guitar on this is as good as ever. It's just, it's what I like about progressive metal, the interplay between guitar and keyboards, and on this is absolutely fantastic. And the drums sort of, the tempo changes very quick from a belting 100 miles an hour to this soft stuff. Very clever. You don't notice the change. Brilliant track. Darkness Delight. Again, they've got this lovely dramatic symphonic sound. It just sounds fantastic. You got to play it loud though. You're no good playing this quiet. It's just absolutely brilliant. Dark to the Bone. The voice on this is just raspy, absolutely raspy. This Joey Kelly Sundown on this is awesome. Great stuff. Then we get Evil Spirit. The drumming on this is awesome. Bobby Jaramesbeck. I mean, he's a good Jazzerbecker on, I can't pronounce his name. I mean, if you've listened to the Halford solo stuff, he's an absolute dynamite drummer. And on here he's absolutely brilliant as well. And we get Married to the Cause. I love the start of this. It's got some nice little guitar work. and then it goes into a stonking riff, and then Finn comes in with his fantastic keyboard sound. Another fantastic track. No chorus. Love the arrangement on this. The sound he gets on that keyboard is just classical. And then you get the guitar working, progressive metal, and then the piano. It just seems to, it really puts the hairs on the back of my neck up, because I just love that sound they get, and that orchestral feel to it is just a brilliant track. Rainheart, operatic, metal, just brilliant. You Can't Fix Me No More. Great vocal from Kelly. Awesome stuff. It is just belting. He's got such a range as well. Then we got my favourite track on here, Water. It's one of them progressive metal epics. You got everything in there. You got the quietness. You've got the drumming that's thumping. Some great keyboard licks. Some great riffing. Everything you want in 8 minutes of progressive metal, and you get it in that. Then you get the last track, Whispers. It just carries on from Water. More dramatic prog metal. It's just the riffing, the guitar solo, the little screeches on the guitar. It just makes this a great track. And then you got that interaction with Finn's keyboards just coming in at the right moment to give it more depth, give it that extra layer of brilliance. What a great album. I think this, again, as people have said, this is Finn Zieler progressing. I mean, I love Twilight and I love Beyond Twilight, but I think this is, he's got what he wants. I think it's probably the most dramatic sounding album that he's made. I mean, he lost, I think the last Beyond Twilight, Beyond of Art Making, was a little bit too experimental and weird, but he went back to roots here. He went back to what he was doing with Beyond Twilight and Twilight, but added it with his experience. He's made it even better. It's a great album. If you've not heard this, I've put a few tracks in, but go and listen to it. It is on Spotify. Give it a listen if you love your progressive metal and your Scandinavian progressive metal. You're gonna love this. So I'm going to give this album an RTO ranking of 8.5. Okay, that's me done for the week. All it leaves me to say is have a great weekend, whatever you're doing. I'll be back on Monday, and that first show of the week, get your tartan out, especially you ladies. We'll be doing Bay City Rollers. This is a sort of a viewer's request and a request from my fellow YouTuber, Richard McCook. If you haven't checked him out, go and check him out, because he, like me, he does stuff that no one else does. He did a great little show on Smokey. Go and check it out. Okay, I'll put his link to his page at the bottom. He did the same for me. So go and give Richard a look, because he does some great stuff. And then we've got a classic album. We're going to do one of my favourite albums, Pink Floyd's The Wall. That's all to come on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone.